Hey guys, Pro Sabo here to do I guess a little bit of One Piece news and review of the past chapter. So apparently in the interview, Oda said One Piece is 80% done. I don't know how true that is because when Zoro I don't know where, but one of the articles says it. But a while ago he said it was 65% now, and now it's like 80. I don't know. It just feels like we have a lot of stuff to get through. But I mean, then again, the Reverie arc gave us like a kind of like a lot of like end game kind of stuff. But so this is basically what Oda said. So he was asked how come those stories gotten so long, and he said the characters are acting on their own. Oda's little jokes. Then it's taken 20 years and the story has arrived at the 80% point, but there's still 9 members in the crew. And then another interview, he said if the time for One Piece to end comes, he doesn't want to hear the editorial department saying, "Oh, continue doing it longer." He wants to do his ending of One Piece as he pleases. So I'm happy to hear that though, because I don't want One Piece to be dragged on forever. You know. So what was it? What else? Okay, so he says it's not ending. However, though, there's more story to come, and of course, there is more story to come. But I can also kind of see how the story is 80% done. Like I just said, the Reverie arc, um, kind of produced a lot of kind of end game stuff, and even the latest chapter, you know, how Luffy didn't defeat Big Mom. So I'm going through the One Piece chapter on Viz on my phone because I'm gonna be talking about that a little bit. But just lost my train of thought. Yeah, so I'm gonna just put my phone to the stair while I do this video. All right, so Luffy didn't defeat Big Mom, and it's never really happened before. But now, so people are down Luffy can beat Kaido. Now, every time Luffy goes to a new island or something, it always looks like nice and peaceful, and then it's real that there's something going on behind the scenes, and then Luffy has to liberate them or whatever. Now with Big Mom, it's kind of the same, but people willingly give up their lifespan. Other places it's like you kind of didn't really know what was going on behind the scenes. They were being like they were like all the bad things were just being like covered up. But like this time in like Big Mom's island, it's like you're giving up your lifespan to live there, and like people were generally happy living there, even if they have to give up their lifespan. But in Kaido's place, you can see people aren't really happy. Like you have these factories polluting the rivers and probably the air too, and like the whole place is like a wasteland. Um, Tetsu, the female doll collector, yeah, he collects collectibles apparently. But he was saying how X Drake basically he wiped out like the entire village that the Amigasa village that they're at. He wiped them out. So when you have stuff like going on like that, and then Luffy's hearing and seeing all that, and Luffy saw for himself how it was a wasteland. He saw the factories, saw Tama got poisoned by the water. He's even eating the meat. He's eating the meat that got poisoned, which was a funny part of the chapter, by the way, when he's telling Zoro that the meat's poisoned, and Zoro's like, "Oh yeah, my stomach's. That's why my stomach's been hurting." And then Luffy's eating the meat as he says it. It's just hilarious. But the whole Magellan thing, so poison doesn't really bother him. But he's seeing all this, and at first I wasn't sure how he was gonna defeat Kaido, but like the fact that Luffy is seeing all this, like, stuff happening, this all this bad stuff, he kind of has to take down Kaido in this arc. That's usually how it goes. Like, Oda has his whole formula, and because like Whole Cake Island was different. Like, it's he just really went there for Sanji, and like so this one is like it's like he has to liberate the people, so he has to kind of defeat Kaido. Whether he's gonna do it one on one or he's just gonna be like tag team or whatever. I mean, Kaido Camp has to go down this arc. And I feel like, in a way, Ace might be a mental block for Luffy's strength. And I feel like this is somehow supposed to make Luffy grow, like, like Jinbe kind of helped him get over Ace's death, but maybe he never got over it completely. And like, it's kind of like he's always been chasing after Ace in his shadow. So maybe that's kind of been, bogging down Luffy's strength somehow. Like, he has to find I don't know, he has to like find his own way, become strong out of that. I don't know. I'm just, just speculating because like Luffy is strong, but like Kaido, he has to become insanely strong. So there has to be like some way Oda can work around it. I don't know. I have a huge word, by the way. But alright, so to the chapter. So, in the beginning, Luffy wastes no time. He clarifies. It took him a Portuguese the Ace. Yeah. Alright, he's dead. Simple as that. Talking about faints. And it's basically like, like when you're ripping off a band-aid sometimes, and it's like it's with the hair, like you do it slowly. This just as Luffy, he just rips off the band-aid one quick, because he's telling the truth. Ace is never coming back. He's dead. Period. And hold on, I feel like someone's trying to come. Maybe not. Okay. But yeah, Luffy's had like Luffy's probably heard, he's heard the most. He knows Ace better than anyone. So, he's just telling them like how it is. Like, and then like Hitetsu, the bladesmith, he's trying to say like, oh, like there's a better time, to like, but when is that time gonna be? Like, first of all, Luffy has no time to even really be concerned with that. He has other stuff to do. So, just get it over with. Like, would you rather her just stay there waiting for someone who's never gonna return? She'll probably end up cursing him in her death if she doesn't find out now that he's dead. I mean, it sounds insensitive, but it's really true. Like, Luffy's telling the truth. Like, just like you gotta let her know. Can't be waiting. All right, and so Tetsu's a descendant of Kitetsu, the legendary blade smith, and Luffy has a cursed sword now. Interesting. Luffy, the man of luck, has a cursed sword. I wonder how Oda's gonna spin that. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how that whole curse thing is gonna work. But I've seen some videos that maybe Rayleigh traded him in sword training, and like, I can see that. Because, Rayleigh is probably like, oh, maybe there's sometimes you might have to use a different weapon and stuff like that, so he trained him to use a sword. I don't know how valid that is, but it would make total sense, because Rayleigh used a sword. It would make sense if you just train him how to use a sword for, like, even just like, just basics, because you never know when stuff like that can come in handy, so, it makes sense. Alright. And so, next thing, X-Drake. So, X-Drake, a year ago, or over a year ago, became Kaido's new headliner and attacked the Mikasa village, killing or whatever, wiping out the 5-star that guarding it. So, people seem to think that because he said X-Drake, the headliner, that means that he is not a calamity. But he was referring to over a year ago, you know? So X-ray could still be a calamity. Like I wouldn't mind honestly if he was a calamity. Could be very interesting to see, you know, how that goes and stuff like that. But who knows? I would really love if it was a calamity though, you know. Alright. So like okay, next thing I'm gonna talk about is Tama. Yeah. So Tama. It feels like she has to join the crew because you know Luffy loved Ace dearly, and One Piece is all about carrying other people's wills. You know, someone dies, someone else takes up their will and carries on. Like how Brook is carrying on the will of the crewmates that died, so he can meet Laboon at the end, which is why he's always protecting his afro when he's fighting. So in this case, it would just make total sense if at the end of one of Luffy's like join my crew, so she can like sail out to sea and fulfill Ace's promise to her. This makes total sense. I don't know. Some people don't want her to join the crew. I mean, she says she's trained to be a Koinichi, so she must have some type of skills. I mean, personally, I would love to see like you know more skilled pirates like Jinbei join the crew. Like, you know, Carrot too. I mean, she's not Monster Chiro strong, but she's strong, you know. So I want like more characters like that, because we're kind of reaching the end game here, and like the new world, like the Harsh Sea, you're going up against Yonko crews. Like you really need strong people in the Straw Hat crew. So I don't know. I mean, we haven't really seen anything from her, but she could be hiding some, you know, skills and stuff like that. So you can't really judge a book by a cover, especially in One Piece. You really cannot. Okay. And it's really just interesting that she's like, oh, the Ace's death is hurted her so much, you know, and that he doesn't understand. Was like Luffy understands the most, which is, I thought this would be some great character development if like somehow I don't know, like Luffy actually like you know expresses his feelings some way. I don't know, says something about Ace's death, you know, and then it'll probably help Tama get over it. I don't know what is like he's gonna say or will say in the future, but like eventually they're gonna find out that him and Ace are brothers. So you know something like that's gonna happen, and it'll be nice to see what Luffy actually says that will get Tama to get over it. All right, so I was about to talk about the EDC, but then the Sharkrodile or Shark of the Crocodile. Oh, that's just hilarious. How is that even a thing? Oh my god. Actually, does One Piece even have sharks? I remember ever hearing about a shark in One Piece, not a thing about it. They have crocodiles, but I've never heard of a shark in One Piece. Hmm. Yeah, oh, and she's talking about how Kaido's people actually have good food to eat, but other people don't. It's like just more evidence that Kaido has to be taken down in this arc. Like it just after seeing certain all this, it would not make sense if he doesn't go down. Like I don't know, where there's a tag team and Luffy 1-on-1, it's possible. Alright, so the ending scene where Luffy is looking in the distance and someone's saying woman. It's just hilarious that he thinks it's Sanji because, you know, Sanji fawns over woman all the time. But then someone behind comes up and attacks them, protecting the woman. Now, we don't see the woman's face. So, I guess it's not really important. I thought she was going to be important or something. Like, I don't know, like a princess or something. I'm not sure. But, because that's usually how it goes, you know. You're protecting the princess in One Piece. I guess it's up for Skypiea, right? Yeah. But is my favorite part of the chapter was seeing Zoro and Luffy meeting the back up again. It was they're like the best duo ever. I love them. Like their whole interaction, like when they first met, all that stuff. Just seeing them together about to take on Hawkins. Oof. It's like I wonder. People are saying that Luffy and Zoro are gonna basically no diff Hawkins. I mean, this could go either one. Now, people are speculating that the other two are gonna get knocked down, and Hawkins is gonna be able to talk to Luffy, and Zoro saying that he has this whole plan to down Kaido, stuff like that. Now, that would be interesting. That actually what Hawkins. I mean, it would make sense because all these New World pirates, like not the New World pirates, sorry, all these supernovas, they don't really bow to other people's wills at all. So it's just strange to see, like, I mean, obviously, if it's a Yonko like you, the only person, obviously, who wouldn't do that is Luffy, Kid, and I mean, dare I even say, Law. I don't see any of those three ever bowing down to a Yonko ever. Cause even though maybe Law doesn't show that type of brassness now and then, he's not someone I would ever see bowing to someone as well. The only reason he did it for Doflamingo was all in the whole thing was just to take him down. That's the only reason he ever I guess went under Doflamingo's reign. But okay. Zoro and Luffy are they're definitely brothers though, because Luffy's just we just apologize to Kinemon. That's it, just like that. That's all. It's just hilarious. But I personally don't think Hawkins is gonna get defeated so easily like people think. I mean, that would be so boring. First of all, I don't really want him to be this is a plan, stuff like that. We're gonna take on Kaido. I kind of want to. I really want to see a fight. It's just been a while in One Piece, honestly. I know we had the Luffy Katakuri fight, but it was. That's a video for another day. But we haven't really seen fights in a while. This has been clashes and clashes and clashes. So it would be nice to see a supernova versus a supernova, a supernova versus a supernova fight would be very interesting, because we've never had one ever. So it would be interesting to see that. I think there's 2 supernovas versus 1 supernova, so a 3 supernova fight. I would love that. It would be awesome. But unfortunately, One Piece is on break, so we gotta wait 2 weeks to get a new chapter, unfortunately. But I thought this chapter was very good. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. It wasn't bad. It was good, especially the ending and stuff. I loved all that. Luffy and Zoro's interaction was amazing. Luffy telling Tama, straight up, this is that. Because I just love it. Because, for some reason, people are complaining that Wano is taking too long. I'm just first of all, it's still the beginning of the arc. And I feel it's actually moving at a faster pace compared to, all the other arcs. Which is kind of also why I guess I can kind of believe how One Piece is probably 80% done now. Because it does feel like Oda is, speeding things up. Kind of at a faster pace. It's felt like that. I don't know, it's progressing really fast for me, and I love that, and I hope it doesn't slow down, because that means you can get because people are, the thing is people are saying Wano is probably going to be 3 years now. That can be bad and good, because good in the fact that there could be so much stuff in Wano, but the thing is, it has to be interesting. So the bad part is that if it's dragged out, it's not gonna be interesting. It's gonna be like Dressrosa, how stuff was just dragged out. Doesn't make it interesting anymore if it's just gonna be dragged out. just for the sake of, having a set amount of chapters or whatever. Like, I'd rather it be like faster paced but shorter chapters and be interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously not too short. Like, it has to be at least like a year, I feel like. But 3 years, I don't know. 3 years in one arc, that just seems so long, but it's older, so it's possible. But if it is gonna be 3 years, I just hope it's not gonna be. I hope everything is like necessary and not just like so freaking stressed out. But that's it for today, guys. Like the video, dislike it, subscribe, please. And I'm gonna try and do more videos like this and try and be more consistent. So, have a good night, guys.